this is 2 plates sandwiched together. So the idea is the bottom plate goes underneath the rear seat anchor bar. The top one goes on top, and then yeah, a sandwich. That anchor bar is sandwiched between them, like that, and then put like that. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's installed. And the idea is gonna weld this here, and another bar, excuse me, on the other side. Vertical ones, that one right here. Alright, so I made a hole for this pin. That's supposed to lock the sliding drawer in place in either the fully extended position or the closed position. So in the fully extended position, it's going to look like this, and this is going to face towards the door. So I imagine if you want it to stay in this position, you just put this through here. Okay, and then it should come out the other end like that. Alright, so I added that backing plate so that it's easier to line up the holes with the poles holes. Last thing I want to happen is for these the sliding mechanism to get messed up because of the rails, stuff getting inside the rails. So I'm gonna be a little carefuler. And I'm putting the pin in on this side because that's what I tested last time, and I want to make sure it's doing the same thing. Alright, so this is a little... Here's an issue. What the... Alright, so... That wasn't exactly the easiest, and there may be like a millimeter, or less than a millimeter, closer that I should have accounted for, but yeah, let me see what I can do about that. So like that, like that. Damn. Alright. it's really weird. It's like, okay, you got to pull it back all the way to get through the first hole, and you have to push it forward a little to get through the second hole. Alright, so I had to make some tweaks to the design to accommodate, I guess, the accessories that are going to come with this. So first of all, you'll notice that what should you notice? Well, I've added these pads here. They're about 1/2 inch in height, and the monitor is going to be resting on that. The monitor is right there. And the reason I added the pads was so that the wires could run underneath the monitor while the monitor is down, because there's very limited, otherwise it'd be hard pressed to find room for the wires to run. So the idea is the monitor should rest about 1/2 inch off the frame so that the wires can run underneath it. You'll also notice that I cut a notch in the end there, and that's for the wires to go underneath the monitors. Unexpected visitor. Be gone. Yeah. Oh, I got this backwards. This feels a lot heavier than 20 whatever pounds they said it was. Alright. Let me get the... Alright, this owl is kind of sharp. Putting in the wing nuts for the what do you call these things? Oh. The top 2 screws. Yeah, so these are the riveted bolts. And then the anchor bolts require lifting this and screwing this onto here. It's hard to do with one hand, but it's certainly possible. Okay. One on, 2 on. Alright, now I'll press it down. Press it like that. Make sure it's nice and cushy. You know what I should do is just... Okay, swing it open. Oh shit, that is gonna be higher than shit. Or I was thinking it's gonna be fine. Alright, so here it is. Okay, so I'm watching it in the rear passenger seat, and right now it's fully, it's not retracted, or it's fully retracted. Alright, and here it is in the fully extended position. I had to cut out a little there because I realized with my previous setup, my wire bundling was preventing it from fully extending. But now I've given it a bunch of slack at the end. Alright, and this is the view from the back. This is the view from the back. It's kind of bright in here, but you can see that it is similar. Everything is the same. I just had to reposition these hinges here because it's otherwise the monitor would be facing the floor of the mat instead of out the back. So I had to kind of rotate that hinge around the pole so that it's facing outside the truck now. So here's an interesting thing to notice. When it's after you deploy it in the back, there's is it possible to do? Yeah, it's not possible to stow it without folding down the chair again, because if you remember, the monitor extends underneath the cargo floor mat. So, and the only way to get it there is if the chair is folded down, so which would enable you to to reach that area, because when it's folded down, it's not, you're able to, you know, see the entire frame. So that is, so it has to be like this, which is kind of awkward, but I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it down. Even though right now the monitor is not mounted in any way, it is a little scary, especially since I'm doing this with one hand, but I'm gonna go slowly to avoid any disasters. Wait a minute. Alright, slowly does it. So that's what I was talking about. When the seat is folded down, you can see the stopping point right here, and this will enable you to fold down the monitor. Which I would like to show you, but I'm not sure I could do this with one hand, and I don't think I want to try. All right. Here is the rest of the wiring of the car. You'll see that this is connected to the 120 volt of the car. This is the power going to the monitor, and this is the HDMI cord. I put it under here. Okay, and the rest of the wires, I hit it like in the spot between the rear of the seat and the bottom cargo area. There's a little gap there.